Hello and welcome to this episode of audio-based content, an improv comedy podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Zvifelder. On this show, people come over and do long-form improv scenes with me. On today's episode, I am joined by Jeb Bishop for a customer service call to a tool company. Bring, bring. Easy Break Tool Company, customer service. This is Mike. How can I help you?
Hi, Mike. This is James.
Hey, James.
Bear with me.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a very specific kind of tool.
Oh, okay. All right.
I need a finger reamer.
A finger reamer.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to have to... I'm familiar with most tools, but I'm not familiar with the...
Yeah, I've been getting...
finger reamer.
I've been getting that all day.
I know about the elbow reamer. I know about the knee reamer and the nose reamer. I've never heard of a finger reamer. Are you sure you're not thinking of a finger flanger? Or a finger ding-linger?
I don't know much, but I do know what I'm looking for.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to question.
It's okay. I've been getting it all day. This is like
okay. All right.
This is no joke, the 10th call that I've made today.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm getting married soon.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. And
what's the lucky lady's name?
Jan.
Jan?
Jan.
Oh, wow. What's your name? What's your name?
James.
James?
Jan and James.
Jan and James?
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Is that her?
Sorry, she's calling me right now. I'm just gonna turn that off.
Okay.
She keeps very close eye on me. And,
I see.
The last thing I want is her to know that I'm looking for this tool. See?
Well, you shouldn't keep secrets from me. I mean, that's no way to start a marriage.
It's not a secret. And
you just said you don't want her to know.
I mean,
that's a secret. I'm not a marriage counselor, but
do you not believe in white lies?
White lies?
Like little white lies, like
the song?
I mean, if it informs your perspective of your honesty philosophy, sure.
Okay. Do I believe in them?
Yeah.
I don't believe in any lies.
Are you married?
By nature, if it's a lie, I'm not going to believe it. I believe in truths.
Truths. Some truth is negotiable.
White, black, brown, blue, purple. The color of the truth doesn't matter.
I think blue lies is a specific thing.
Blue lies?
Blue lies. Yeah, I think that's...
What's that, like a lie about sex?
Yeah, like, was it okay? And you know that if you don't say that it was, that the emotional kind of payback from that's gonna...
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's called a blue lie?
A blue lie.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
But I'm talking about white lies.
Right.
And I'm not telling my wife a white lie.
You're not telling her
I am telling my wife a white lie. You're getting me all twisted up.
Okay, so it wasn't a lie and now it's a white lie.
Look, long as it's before we get married, I feel like it's going to be a clean slate.
Oh, let me tell you, that is not the case. I made that mistake.
Are you married?
I'm not currently married. I've been married a number of times.
How many?
4.
Was there a reason that you kind of kept going after the second one?
They kept trying to get married?
Yeah, like...
I'm still trying to get married. I'd get married a 5th time.
I'm going to admit here that I jumped to some conclusions.
Okay.
After the first marriage, the second marriage, and the third marriage, I assumed that they were ending on bad terms. But
they all ended on bad terms.
And you go back for more?
Well, not to the same person.
Not to the... Well, Sure, I assume that would be ridiculous.
Right, of course. I meet someone new.
Honestly, I'm gonna retract that. If you went back for the fourth time, that would be kind of commendable. That would be dedication.
To the same person?
Yeah, I mean,
it depends.
It depends. It depends.
Not any of these women.
So, after the first one, I assume just irreconcilable.
Right. And then the second one, is the one that I lied to up until we were married. So the first one I lied when we were engaged, and when we were married. And I thought, okay, the mistake was lying when we were married. This next time, if it ever happens again, this is what I thought. I'll lie up until we're married. No more lies. Turns out that doesn't work at all.
But you got to have the data, so.
Yeah, well, I had to have the data. But what happens is, then when you get married and you tell them the truth, they get very upset that you were lying to them previously. You say, we're married now. We weren't married then.
And that didn't.
And they go, I don't care.
Ooh. How?
I assume since I had this experience with one person, that translates to all experiences.
That's fair to extrapolate. You're really kind of flipping my mind here. I'm gonna reconsider.
You should tell your fiance.
I should tell my fiance.
What do you need this for?
Wow, we really
finger reamer.
My finger's not gonna fit the ring, and it's not just any ring.
It's a wedding ring.
It's a wedding ring, but it's her father's wedding ring.
Oh.
And
you need that.
And it's very important. It's pretty non-negotiable.
Of course it is.
And of course,
go ahead.
I could. You would think you just go have the ring modified, right? Like that would be a completely normal, rational thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be wrong in this case.
No. So what's a finger reamer?
Through steady application over time, you can change the size of your finger.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's not comfortable. I don't look forward to it.
Interesting.
It sounds kind of barbaric and like something.
But you don't want her to know it's a surprise. It's not a secret. It's a surprise.
Well, I guess when you put it that way, is it? I guess I'm internalizing the idea that if I hate it and I don't want to do it.
You made it a negative. You didn't think of it as a surprise when really that's the situation, isn't it? You want to surprise her by having the ring on your finger. She knows it doesn't fit.
Well,
is it too big or too small?
It's too small, and she doesn't know it doesn't fit.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, surely she's seen your hands.
Yeah, we've managed to avoid me actually putting on it up until this point.
Putting
the ring on.
Well, no, I understand that, but she has seen your hands.
Yes.
And she's seen her father's hands.
Yes.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
You would think that would be a foregone conclusion.
Oh.
But so far, up until this point, she has not betrayed that she does not think.
She thinks you can just wear this ring.
Yes.
How small is it?
Pretty small. And I have fairly large hands.
Okay.
I'm going to give you, the visual approximation here.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
I have fingers like Vienna sausages.
Fingers like Vienna. Well, now Vienna brand sausages come in all sorts of sizes.
What?
And shapes.
That is news to me. I've been using that comparison for years.
People probably just pick whichever Vienna sausages they buy.
Well, they come in different size cans, but
No, you can get a big one, tiny one. I like the minis.
In different countries?
No, at the store I go to, they got all of them.
I think I see the problem here. I'm talking about in circumference. Circumference of the Vienna sausage.
I eat Vienna sausage bites. They're like miniature bite-sized Vienna sausages. They're tiny. They're like the size of a Skittle.
fascinating.
And but my brother, he also loves Vienna sausages, but he likes the megas. They're huge. Each one's like the size of like a
Like a
a
hot dog.
forearm.
A forearm.
Oh, it's big. And I mean like a muscular person's forearm.
I really thought you were going to say a hot dog, and then
No, bigger.
took it to a way different
Much
scale.
bigger. Yeah. Yeah, they range.
I'm just kind of reeling from that. My aunt, God rest her soul, she every year, it was kind of a tradition. She would give me Vienna sausages.
Wow.
To keep in my car as an emergency food. It was a thing we had.
Of course.
I would drive a long way to see her.
Right.
And I'm prone to car accidents.
Right, of course.
And we had this joke that, if I ever got stuck in a snowbank, I always
You'll need to eat Vienna sausages.
I always have the Vienna sausage. You just stick them under your seat. 5 years later, you remember they're there.
Oh, wow.
And they're a go-to emergency food. But these were regular size Vienna sausages.
Of course, yeah.
I feel like I need to familiarize myself with the greater offerings of the brand.
Oh, yeah. Lots of sizes, different sauces,
Now
flavors.
I knew there were different sauces.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Different kinds of meats.
I'm kind of stretching here to make a connection. I feel like there's a greater commentary on life in the
sausages?
in the Vienna sausage. Like there was something I didn't know. There's lots of different choices. Maybe
there's something you don't know about fingers and rings.
Maybe there's something I don't know, and I should consider my other options.
Well, you could. See, here's the problem. If you were to take the ring and melt it down and then make it bigger, it would be significantly thinner.
So obviously I would consider modifying the ring before I would modify my finger.
Right. Is that
Right.
not on the table?
That's not been on the table. It's a wonder I've been able to keep from her the fact that the ring and the finger not viable.
What if you just wear it on a necklace?
That sounds plausible.
Really?
Yeah, the fact that I never really crossed my mind, and I
You
went,
think she would accept that? I mean, you'd be out in public and nobody would know you're married because no one's looking down your shirt.
well, I would have to wear it out in the open. I mean, I wouldn't want to. That's the whole point of wearing the ring. I feel like,
Yeah, but then do you even need a ring? Couldn't you get a marriage amulet? Oh, but it's got to be
yeah, it's got to be.
that's got to be this.
Maybe that's a thing. Maybe I could encase the ring
In an amulet.
in an amulet, like a decorative amulet.
Maybe.
The fact that I'd considered mutilating my own finger before,
Well,
I
mean, you still might have to. If she's not willing to let you modify the ring.
she's very precise. She's very set in her ways.
I got an idea.
Jan.
Call Jan. See how she feels about a necklace or an amulet. And then call me back.
Okay.
All right.
I have so many raised questions now. I'm
Okay.
going to do that. You're really good at this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'll be waiting. So call me right back.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello? Hey.
Hey, Jan.
Hey, sweetie.
How's your rash?
It's spreading.
I'm sorry I didn't clean the hot tub thoroughly.
It's okay. It's all over my armpit now. It's really irritating. I can't shave because of the rash.
And I am going to immediately come home and apply balm to that.
Okay. Please do. And clean the hot tub.
I didn't purposely not clean it. It was more of a misapplication of the chemicals. That wasn't a purposeful choice that I made.
I understand. But I do need you to fix it and make it doable so I can have my soak tonight.
And I would love to join you for that soak.
Well, you shouldn't with the rash until it clears up.
Sure.
And I'll need you to clean it after the soak.
That's reasonable. I wanted to ask you something.
Okay.
Your father's ring.
Oh, yes.
I adore it.
Oh, my dear father.
Is this okay to talk about over the phone?
Of course. Of course.
I know it was his birthday yesterday.
That ring is all I have left. No photograph. You know how he wouldn't let himself be photographed, and he never made anything. So all we have is his ring. He left his house to the ASPCA.
Your father's superstitions. Did they by chance extend to amulets? Did he have anything?
Amulets?
Yeah, did he ever express any strongly
Oh,
held?
he did. He always told me to avoid amulets. And if there was ever an amulet in my home, I need to burn down my home. Because all amulets are demonic, is what he said. And that whoever wears an amulet will become demonically possessed. Very strange. Why do you ask?
You know, I was having the ring appraised.
Wow. Oh, was it worth anything?
Not terribly.
Oh,
Not terribly.
you know, if it was worth something, then maybe I could see parting with it.
It's worth. It's
You know, we could get you your
For-
own ring if it was actually worth something. Make a difference. But if it's not, it's not. So you should... Okay, so what were you saying?
No, let's circle back. Hold on.
Well, you won't... It's not worth anything.
It was for insurance purposes. Like, it was an emotional, sentimental thing to me, and I would hate if it, what if we were burgled?
That's beautiful. It means more to you than money.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So no matter what it's worth, you want to wear it. Oh, see, this is why I love you. Before I even say what I want, you're already there. You surpass my every expectation.
I like the sentiment of that,
Always surprising me with
but I want to.
by embracing me and my life and my family.
I do want to set like a calibration of expectations that I might not always be able to do that.
What do you mean? Why not?
Like, so love is a process. I always say that.
Yes.
It's like a project, and then we work on it together.
Yes, of course.
And then sometimes my preternatural ability to foresee all of your needs and wants,
Right.
like I might drop, I might slack. There might be some slack occasionally, and
Oh, I understand. We all have our off days. Like remember how last week you got the wrong kind of milk? Like that.
I don't know if wrong is really a.
It was wrong. 2%? Honestly?
You just said milk. I don't.
Right.
I bought multiple kinds of milk. And of course, out of 4 kinds of milk, the one that we're recognizing.
But it was wrong.
See, I might be better than that sometimes.
Sometimes you are better than that.
Sometimes I won't be.
Sometimes you come home and I was thinking all day, oh, I wish I had bought salmon so I can make salmon for dinner. And then I come home and there's salmon in the fridge because you already thought of it. It's like you're on the same wavelength as me. It's amazing and I love it.
I feel like there's a certain selection bias.
What do you mean? How so? Selection bias?
Let's
illustrate.
So if I get multiple things right in a row, for a week, and then next week, let's just say I was out getting a precious heirloom appraised.
Yes,
and
of
then
course.
And then I maybe forgot to do some errands. And then for the next month,
forgot errands.
Yeah, it's just hypothetically.
Such as, did you not get the dry cleaning today? Is that what this is about? Are you calling me to tell me that I have to pick a different outfit for the dinner party tonight? I don't want to.
Coincidentally, that is also true.
I had an outfit picked up. Okay. Wow.
That's a sound.
No, it's
Tell me.
That's all right. I guess that's okay. I don't know what else I'm gonna wear. I'm not even at home right now. I can't even look at my clothes and pick out anything. I don't want you to pick it out for me. That I know.
Is something going to be wrong if I pick it out?
Yes.
You have lots of clothes.
Yes, you can't just pick some clothes.
What is it? What does it say about you to not wear exactly the thing that you thought?
It's not about it being the thing I thought. It's about that I know this outfit works. It empowers me. It makes me feel beautiful.
And those are
without feeling in any way trashy. It's a very nice outfit. And I know it works. I can depend on it and not worry about it. I don't want to have to go out and spend the whole evening wondering if I made the right last-minute decision about what to wear. Ugh.
Is that commentary? Is there like...
What does that mean?
Is that subtext?
Commentary? Subtext?
Yeah. Like
about you?
Yeah.
This wasn't a last-minute decision. Was it?
Not the decision to go to the party, but just like on
me.
I'm
assuming we're talking
on
about
me.
Our engagement.
Our nuptials, yes. Yeah.
Well, they haven't happened yet.
Yeah. And then I hope that they do. I'm still invested in that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had, insecurities
about marrying you,
about making the right choice and being reliable and the ghost of your father's, childhood impressions upon you, you could talk about those things.
Well, yes, my father was a very strong and dedicated man. He served my mother well and surpassed all her expectations, and they developed an ability. He developed an ability to almost read her mind and predict her every desire. And you're well on your way there. Sometimes you mess up, and it's okay because you're always getting better. I keep a chart of every time you satisfy me and every time you disappoint me, and you are on an upswing.
Do you keep a blue points tracking?
Blue points?
Yeah, like blue points.
I'm not familiar with that term.
Well, it's like blue points. Like if you're, in the context of coitus, if something is
coitus,
sexual congress.
Now's not the time.
Just if things are going well in that, area, is that like a point that you keep track of? And then if things are not,
what?
You said you keep a chart. What?
Yes.
That sounds like you're...
Every time you disappoint me, and every time you satisfy me, and you get extra... you get a little extra boost if it's something I didn't ask for.
Oh, you just mean expect. All the time. You're literally keeping track.
Yes. All the time.
That's... I think
and
that's...
This phone call has been quite a roller coaster for your chart. Because at first I was like, calling me unexpectedly? Boost! But then it seems this part of the conversation I'm finding rather unpleasant.
It's just... I feel like this is something we should talk about at greater length. Maybe over
Well, that's
salmon.
Disappointing indeed. Whew. Oh, I don't want salmon tonight. I don't know what I want yet, but I know it's not salmon.
You know what? I have to make a call.
Okay.
And maybe when I call you back, you can present 3 options. For things.
Okay.
That would be a better choice than salmon.
Well, I'm about to. Don't call right back. Because I'll be a little busy writing your progress report for the month that I send to my mother.
To your mother?
Yes. Okay. I'll talk to you.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Hello, Break Easy Tool Company, customer service line. This is Mike. How can I help you?
Mike, this is James again.
Oh, hey, James. Hey, good to hear from you. So, what'd your wife say? Huh? We doing that?
So much.
I can definitely help you
So much.
turn that into an amulet. I've been thinking about it ever since we got off the phone. I've just been thinking about it. Other people have been calling, and it's like I end up trying to talk them into, somebody called. They had a problem putting a light fixture in their ceiling. By the end of it, I'm like trying to tell them to make the cord into a necklace and use the fan blade as an amulet. I mean, it's crazy. Somebody else called with a socket wrench. Problem with their socket wrench set.
Turned it to an amulet.
They actually did turn it into a bunch of amulets, and they put them up on Etsy.
I think
Each socket is an amulet. I'm like, and I you know what I did? Bought one.
I think you have a real calling for this.
Yeah.
I assume. I mean, I guess.
Well, I don't know.
I guess what I'm suggesting, I'm taking for granted this is outside the normal domain of your customer service. And
What do you mean? Talking about amulet necklaces?
Yeah.
No, not really.
You get a lot of that.
Well, not necklaces specifically, but you never know where a project is going to go. And people call using the tools. They want help with the tool. They don't know what tool to use. It can go anywhere.
When you put it like that.
Yeah, all sorts of things happen. I'm not surprised by anything.
You're really giving me like a new perspective on, I should be more flexible and be willing to pursue.
I mean, maybe. You seem pretty flexible. You're willing to damage your finger.
That's. So speaking of that, I spoke with Jan.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're not doing that, right?
Amulets out.
What do you mean? Why not? Why can't we do an amulet? It's perfect.
Her dad.
We could even imbue it with a demon to possess you whenever things get tough.
That's oddly specific.
That's what's great about amulets.
I feel like that's...
You can put demons in them.
See, I can't decide if...
Oh, you'll need a demon if you're going to be married. Especially if you're going to be married to a woman you've been lying to.
Is this... How did this come up in the course of one of your many marriages?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
You trafficked in
Well, so the second one, you know how I said the second one I lied up until I got married? And then I told her the truth and she got very upset? So that ended. So the third time I said, I'm not going to lie at all. Still ended. The fourth time I said, I think the problem is that I'm not going outside my comfort zone and enlisting some sort of supernatural force to help me through this journey.
And it didn't work out.
Well, the marriage didn't work out, but not because of that.
Well,
that was invaluable.
Where did you go?
What do you mean? To get the amulet?
Yeah.
Well, I made the amulet.
All right. I said the amulet was out, but the amulet's back in.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I made the amulet, but it's getting it imbued with a demon. That's the hard part.
I'm open to this.
Okay.
If you can make an amulet that can confer the ability to read your wife's mind.
To read her mind?
To read her mind.
Oh, that's a rough one.
Is that beyond the...
I mean, nothing's really beyond.
Well, I'm flexible with my fingers.
It's a scope. It's just gonna... Something like that takes a lot of sacrifice.
Like, can you give it to me in the scale like Vienna sausages?
My amulet just... all my amulet did was help me suppress my own rage. Right? So that's easy. Right? Anything that's internal...
Yeah. Internal is easier to deal with.
A lot easier. Yeah, you don't have to go as far to get the right, spirits involved. But when it involves other people, it's rough.
Is there a better form factor?
I don't know what that means.
Like a
form factor.
Form factor. Like a brooch or a ring. Brooch. Pardon me, brooch.
Or a ring.
Or a ring.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
no, we're
rings.
back to rings. Rings are out.
Well, no, but I thought you have to use the ring.
Well, I guess if we're making a bespoke ring here, so I guess there's no reaming. I could.
You're taking the ring and you're making it into an amulet, correct?
Because your wife said it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No, she said it's not okay.
Well,
Well, then you can't do it.
she said amulets are out.
So you're going to lie to her after you're
but she
married.
said I could
I
get
already
my
told
own
you
ring.
It doesn't work.
She said I could get my own ring.
Wait, she did?
She said I could get my own ring. And now
No way. You're not going to do that to her. That sounds like a test.
it does. See,
You can get your own
it's
ring.
revealing to me.
Did she say just for no reason? Who cares? Throw it out. Throw out the ring. That means so much to me.
You know
That's what she said?
You know what she said?
What'd she say?
She keeps track.
Of what?
What I do right
Of course.
and what I do wrong.
Everybody does.
You're not supposed to keep track.
Of what?
Anything.
What are you talking about? Everybody keeps track of what you do and whether and how agreeable or disagreeable they find it. I do. I have a chart.
Well, sure.
Ever since you called me, I started making a chart.
Well, that's part of your job.
No, I started making a chart of like how much I like you.
Oh. How am I doing?
Pretty good.
See, I'm good with that
What's
part.
weird though is I've never done that before.
Was that
Like for any caller. It was just like the second you called, I just did it. I picked up a piece of paper and I just started keeping track of points.
I feel like that's part of the amulet.
But then I showed it to a friend of mine, and like he was like, "Oh, that's weird." He brought up your file. He said he goes to church with you, and he keeps points on you, and so does everyone in the congregation. That's what he said. He said everybody does this with you. That's what he told me.
That would be deeply unsettling.
I just assumed you knew that.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where, sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, like in a sweat, and you're like, honey, I had this nightmare where everybody is actually, in fact, keeping track of opinions about me. That you often get told, like, no, like, nobody actually nobody spends any amount of time actually thinking about you.
Nobody's even paying attention to you is what.
Yeah, that's the prevailing wisdom.
For most people. Right.
And that would be my worst nightmare. Mm-hmm. I literally woke up from my nightmare and described that.
Wow.
And then...
Yeah, I was actually surprised I hadn't heard about it, because when we were talking about it, some other people overheard, and they don't even know you personally, and they said they've heard of this, heard of you, and have their own charts. They follow your social media, and sometimes one guy told me he just drives by your house every day. Just totally bases his chart on just what your lawn looks like. I can't believe it. And they all bet on it too. Take averages.
I don't know what to make of that. I think I'm gonna have to see my therapist. And what if my therapist is keeping track?
I'm sure they are.
I mean, in that particular instance, I was kind of hoping that they were keeping track, in the relevant way. But now,
like of your progress.
Of my progress. But if they're like side betting,
they might be doing both.
That seems...
You could do both. I'm keeping track of whether or not we're solving your problem that you called for. I don't want you to think that all I'm doing here is evaluating you as a person. And I am also helping you with your issue.
And I also want you to know that this revelation may undermine my thin grasp on my ego and well-being in the world, but I won't reflect that in any kind of post-call survey.
Oh, thank you.
Because that seems...
We need those surveys.
Does it matter? Like they're real?
Oh, yeah. You can't get a promotion unless you get 100% 5 stars for a whole year. Can't get a promotion. Can't get a raise unless you get at least half 5-star ratings. And if you fall below 30%, like 5 stars or a 3-star average, automatic termination.
That seems absurd. Are you tracked for your...
And if people decline the survey, they count that as 0 stars.
That's like an automatic... How have you never had anybody give that to you? I mean, I can see it. You're fantastic. Have I said that?
Yeah,
You're fantastic.
I feel very insulted by the question.
I
People always do it. I have 100% 5 stars. I got promoted very recently.
and I'm going to ask, and I don't want you to feel insulted by it. Is that an amulet?
Am I wearing an amulet?
Like, are you currently benefiting from an amulet that confers to you?
I am wearing an amulet that makes me more charming.
Yeah, I can believe that.
But it doesn't make people think I'm more charming. You see?
Oh.
That would be harder.
Okay.
It just makes me like more confident and, engaged.
Like yoga.
I guess.
Like a yoga amulet.
I mean, if yoga makes you more confident and engaged,
I think it makes you more present.
interesting.
And then, when you're living the present, you're more confident. I mean, it doesn't work for me. I just go down a well of, neuroticism, and
Oh no, well that's terrible.
never touch.
All right, so
What?
an amulet.
An amulet.
Where are we putting in an amulet or not? Your wife said you can't put an amulet, so I don't understand why we're even entertaining.
Really, I just wanted to give you. I mean, you asked me to call you back. I didn't want to be.
Well,
rude.
yeah, but we gotta fix your problem.
And my problem is, I think I've really drifted in what my problem was. Originally, my problem was that my fingers and their strange
Right, you
diameter.
have fat fingers.
My fat
Your fat
fingers.
Vienna sausage fingers.
But now
I still don't really understand how big they are.
I guess we did kind of lose
Is it like
track.
a chorizo sausage? Is it like that big or not quite?
More
More like a hot dog.
Yeah, more like a hot dog.
That seems like a normal finger.
Her father had particularly small hands.
How small?
They were bony fingers.
Bony?
Bony.
Even bones are pretty girthy.
He didn't eat.
He didn't eat anything.
No, he gave his house away to the ASPCA.
So, like, how thin are we talking? Are we talking
Like Skeletor fingers?
cocktail wiener or thinner?
Like little smokies.
Yeah.
Like little smokies.
Like that big?
Yeah.
But long.
But long.
Even longer than normal fingers?
No.
Or the same length?
They're the same length as normal fingers, just
Okay. That's pretty small.
unusually.
I think we can get your finger down to that size.
I don't need to do that. See, that's,
Well, are you not going to marry your wife?
of course I'm going to marry, well, I'm kind of coming around to the idea that maybe.
Or are you thinking you can get an amulet to change her mind?
I think that if I could get an amulet that would help me predict her every need and want.
Now you're talking. Well,
then-
her every need and want?
Yeah. And then I will do great in
So like
points.
an amulet to make you what? More perceptive and empathetic.
No, just supernaturally, without air,
But if he can't
intuitively.
read her mind, unless you make like a great sacrifice.
Like, give me a scale. Like, what's a great sacrifice?
It has to be like a poetic sacrifice.
Oh, like
Like something that negates its own purpose.
ooh, one of those like monkey paw, gift of
Yeah.
the magi, comb situations.
Yep. But like you wouldn't have to like kill your wife,
That would be
but you might have to.
we're just spitballing here, throwing out hypotheticals.
Yep.
For if this was ever like a video or.
Oh well, I've looked into it.
Are you using an amulet to predict my needs?
No, like I said, I can't. I don't go those really difficult routes. But I did look into it when I was getting my first amulet.
Oh, just to see what your
I had a very similar conversation with someone who had an amulet.
Comes up more often than you would think.
Well, I mean, everybody who has an amulet finds out about amulets somewhere, right?
Yeah, Pinterest. Yeah,
Well, no, I mean, I don't use Pinterest anymore.
anymore. Not
I used to use it quite a bit, and it became a bit of a problem.
got weird.
Well, I just found myself planning rooms that I don't even have in my house. And it got to be ridiculous. Where I was like, oh, when I have a bigger house, I can have this kind of room.
Oh, not in like a supernatural
And then I
sense.
started looking at houses that had more rooms. And then one day it just hit me, I can't afford this.
You're chasing Pinterest.
Exactly.
With your house. And that's
I was like, you
backwards.
don't buy a house to make a room that you see on Pinterest.
That would be absurd.
I can't do that to my life.
That would
Go into debt to create Pinterest photos.
You seem like you do well with your position. If I can be so bold,
Because I said I can't afford a bigger house.
You were pursuing it.
Or are you surprised that I own a house in the first place?
I feel like
once again, I'm insulted.
I feel like I've made a lot of microaggressions towards you.
I feel that way too.
And you know what?
A lot of assumptions about me and my character.
I'm gonna own up to it.
I appreciate that.
I have a lot of character flaws.
Hey, nothing an enchanted amulet won't fix.
And that's definitely what I'm leaning towards.
So what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna have this amulet, but your wife said no amulet. Your fiance.
True, Jan. She said Jan. It was a very Jan thing to say.
No amulet.
No amulet.
Well, did she say you can't have the ring?
She said I could have whatever ring I wanted, but that was obviously a trap.
Is that really what she said?
It's possible that I filtered it through my very subjective perspective.
Okay.
Which is another one of my character flaws. And instead of exercising some self-reflection and perhaps changing for the better.
I've always thought that was a crock.
Like yoga.
Yeah, like yoga.
You
You want your life to change. You pick one thing about what you were doing and you change that. You go, I'm not going to do that again. And maybe you get an enchanted amulet.
I feel like that's the direction that's going to serve me best.
An enchanted amulet?
Yeah,
So your
or
wife's cool with amulets, just not the ring being an amulet.
true.
Oh, she's cool with amulets.
No.
Oh.
No, I feel like if we work maybe like a bracelet or
A bracelet.
like a choker maybe.
Okay. It's very visible.
I'm not familiar with the diverse options of accessories.
Oh, you can put a ring on almost anything. You can even put the last time I got married, I got the ring embedded in my spine.
Huh. Was that a long process? I should say, are you satisfied with that process?
It was, putting it in was a lot easier than taking it out.
It didn't carry over between marriages.
It fused with my spine.
Huh.
No, I don't want to, because women don't like it. When you meet women and you're a divorcee and you still have the ring.
I see you still have
They don't like
vertebrae from the last marriage.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want them to be like, oh, I see you don't wear the ring anymore. And then I'm like, well, actually, I do. I don't want to say that. And I don't lie anymore.
No.
Right?
Lessons
I learned that
learned.
lesson.
Lessons
right. Lessons learned. So I don't lie. So here's what I do. Anything that I'm ashamed of, I remove from my life.
How far does that go?
It's all inclusive. Anything I'm ashamed of, I remove from my life.
Will you, on this recorded call, share with me? I feel like we've developed a rapport and a certain amount of intimacy. Tell me something that you were ashamed of, that you had removed, so that I might be inspired to make the changes that I need to make in my life.
Okay, sure. I get you. Well, I used to be really ashamed of this brand of toilet that I had in my home. People would come over and see it, and I felt, nobody ever said anything, but I felt like they were judging me. And I was ashamed.
I get that.
I was ashamed. So I had it removed.
Huh.
Replaced.
It's
There's some other things.
Let's see.
I had that exact same suspicion.
About your toilet?
Yeah, I thought people were coming over. We'd have cocktail parties.
What brand toilet?
Kohler.
They might be.
And this, with the whole points narrative,
They might be judging you.
My therapist told me that's an unhealthy thought you shouldn't entertain.
What, the toilet thing?
Yeah, the toilet thing. And
Your therapist might be playing you for a sucker.
I'm really starting to suspect.
But I don't know what you're going to do at this point. Unless you go like out of town for a therapist.
Baby steps. Maybe that's the thing I should remove. My therapist from my life. I'll get a different one.
Yeah, can move a therapist. I had to remove my son once. I was ashamed of him.
From which marriage? So that was an assumption. That I just
Third
made.
marriage.
Third marriage.
Oh, that it was from a marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a correct one. A correct assumption.
I would like that noted on the chart. I would like that to be noted.
I will,
if you're still
but
keeping track.
Oh, I am.
I have
But you should know, number one, everything's already being noted. Number two, when you ask for something to be noted, that's also noted.
Does that count? Is that a counter? Is that a
Oh, yeah.
Is that a malice?
Big malice.
Ooh, that's a heady mix. I have a deep and unslakable thirst for validation.
Oh, yeah.
So I will try. Up until this point, I feel like the microaggressions I've made towards you. I'm gonna try to tamp down on that.
It's okay. My amulet, that makes me likable, it helps me deflect a lot of what other people say.
Would you be willing to sell me your amulet? I mean, it's got a lot of...
No.
I'm just going to accept that.
Absolutely not. But I will tell you a guy that can enchant an amulet if you get your hands on an amulet or make one.
I would trust your guy.
Okay.
I'm willing to go in.
His name's Ryan
Ryan.
Bodeman.
It sounds foreboding. I like it. It seems appropriate. Ryan Bodeman.
Yeah. Maybe you should write him a letter.
A letter?
Well, I'm just worried about you calling him or approaching him.
For him or for me?
You.
For me. Is there like a risk, like a repercussion
It's just if he feels off put by you.
So if I microaggress against him,
Yeah, he's not gonna. I mean, you don't do that when you write, do you?
no promises. Maybe.
Well, all right. Well, it's your life, okay?
I mean, I'm open to writing. I
mean, you can call him, but if he just feels weird about it, he's in the phone book. Just look
Still?
him up.
Really?
His address is there.
Huh.
Phone number.
That's quaint.
It's quaint.
Quaint.
You're in the phone book.
What?
I'm in the phone book. We're all in the phone book. Unless you go out of your way to not be in the phone book, you're in the phone book.
Well, I didn't, and I'm deeply unsettled by it.
The fact that you're in the phone book?
Yeah, I've always had this really deep niggling sense of a lack of privacy. Like I was being tracked.
Well, you are being tracked.
And we've established today that is in fact totally a fact. I'm taking your word for it. I trust you.
I mean, just multiple people in this office that we know, and
in my church,
and your wife. Well, yeah,
and my wife, possibly my therapist.
Who knows? That could be it.
I think there's.
You'd have to ask other people you know.
Well, you've given me a lot to think about.
Okay.
I don't know if your score is affected by how long your calls go on.
No, not at all.
Not at all? All right. That's good. I'm going to leave a very positive feedback.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. Even though we didn't really help you.
You've given me It's a little. It's
Well, I want you to know when I did find something that could shrink your finger.
oh,
If that is something you want,
if it came to that.
it's a compress that uses air pressure.
Huh.
Squeeze your finger.
And I can just get that at any.
It's not made for fingers. I should let you know that it's made for resizing copper piping. But I think it could work.
I'm willing to do that. I feel like that would kick the can a little farther down the road versus making meaningful changes in my personality.
Like I said, that's all crock. Meaningful changes. Who cares?
Air compression.
Right. Yeah, just air compression. That's really all anybody ever needs. That and mystical ambulance.
Could it potentially be a mystical air compressor?
No.
No, is that you say that with a surety. Is it a...
Well, no, actually, I was thinking about it for a sec.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't think it is, but you could, I suppose, take a small air compressor, put it on a chain, and then enchant it, and then you would have an enchanted air compressor.
I'm going to do some reading because I'm really fascinated by the rules in play here. It seems like a strict...
That's pretty much anything you can wear around your neck, and then you find a sorcerer, you're good to go.
That's the neck proximity.
Yeah,
is the
and
key.
metal and the material should be metal or wood or bone.
Well, I'm certainly not going to get a bone air compressor.
Or like a crystal or gem or something like that.
Okay. Like
a bone air compressor? You want one?
What?
Well, do you?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said.
It's a lot more lightweight than a metal one.
Yeah. I think we should exchange.
Easier to break though.
Well, would there be consequences of that? Like,
yeah, it could explode if you puncture the air compressor.
Well, there are all the normal air compressor like risks, but are those compounded by?
Yeah, by the way, bone fragments when it breaks, absolutely.
Well, the spirit involved.
What?
If you were
from the bone.
Yeah, I'm assuming if I have
people?
a bone air compressor, then
That's
it's going to be enchanted. It
no, not necessarily. You'd have to take it to a sorcerer and turn it into a necklace.
Sure. To
enchant it. Sure. Right.
I follow. And then
just because it's bone,
I would. I've really been playing down the microaggression, but I'm gonna be more honest with myself. I'm a judgy person.
I can tell.
I am shocked. I have a lot of judgments.
Okay.
And if somebody was carrying any sort of bone accoutrement, I would
you judge them?
I would probably go to the other side of the street. Yeah.
My headphones are bone.
I really didn't.
The ones I use with my phone. They have a little microphone.
Like little phalanges.
What?
Phalanges.
No, it's just on the cord. There's a microphone with the volume control. It's bone though. It's all bone.
And where did you source the bone?
I don't know. I bought them at Best Buy.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty on the up and up. It
said 100% human bone earbuds. Well, I said, cool.
That seems like a non-ethical choice, and I think you're an ethical person.
Well, I got them to go with the phone case.
Also, bone?
Yeah, but I'll be honest. I bought the phone case on Groupon. It said it was bone, but it didn't say if it was human or not.
And you're comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I would not be comfortable with that unknown provenance bone.
Yeah, I would prefer if it was human, but I wasn't so disappointed. Like, I wasn't ashamed. If I was ashamed, I would have gotten rid of the phone case. I wasn't ashamed. I can tell people this is not human bone. Feel okay about it. But if you want a bone air compressor, I could get it for you, but I guess you're disturbed by such things. You'd cross the street,
Well,
see someone with bone.
would it be enchanted, or is it just like a statement? See,
How would you know? How would you know?
How would I know? Well, you tell me. If it's enchanted, does it have a telltale like a sign, like a giveaway?
Well, like it glows?
Yeah.
Or vibrates?
Is that
Or
stereotypical?
hums? Or whispers to you?
I feel like that's like stereotyping.
Depends. Sometimes. It can.
I would want it to.
Which thing?
I mean, humming probably. Humming.
Humming?
Humming. I'm gonna go hum.
Just a light hum?
Yeah, I feel like people probably opt for the flashier aura, the glowing. But I'm a hum guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really all just depends.
It depends on the sorcerer.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they give you a choice?
No, it's kind of like their thing.
You gotta buy to see. I hate that.
Well, it's like their signature thing.
Oh, kind of a.
It's how you know which sorcerer enchanted an amulet.
This was done by Rivolio.
Yeah, if you're going to pick a name like
That's
that.
his signature hum.
I've never met a sorcerer named Revolio.
I mean, that's what
I know Ryan. I used to know a guy named Bill.
I went to a place that I'm not proud of again.
I did once know a sorcerer named Hortense.
Okay, see, that's more like what I would expect.
But it was in Europe,
Continental.
where it was a more common name. So,
I feel like
his grandfather was also an importance. It wasn't like a sorcerer thing.
he was kind of married to it.
It was a cultural thing.
Sure. I'm gonna call Ryan.
All right, cool. You're gonna need something first.
Something.
An amulet.
Oh yeah, like a base, like a sure.
Do you also want that pipe
Yes.
shrinker?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a fallback, I don't
right.
know how.
I'm gonna need your address.
37. 2. Hummingbird. Lane. Indiana. Indiana.
Right. Same zip code
Yeah.
as the store. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see. Your credit card's already on file, so I'll just. Is it okay if I charge it to the card on file?
That would be fine.
Okay.
Can I ask you? This is kind of against protocol. While you're looking at my file, are there any comments that I should know about?
We're not allowed to.
I feel like we're way past the typical,
Yeah, there's comments. There's comments here from every time you've called.
Are they generally like give me like a upper like a up or down, positive, negative?
A lot of them are positive.
A lot of them.
Sure. Some of them are deeply negative.
Like a magnitude. You mean like a magnitude?
And some of them are almost manic.
Manic. I think that's worse.
I think it says more about the person writing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, and the things they're saying are deranged. Like this one says when they get off the phone with you that they're going to come to your house.
And it just ends?
And they're just going to sit in your basement. It's just a long thing they wrote. This is from like 3 days ago. That they're going to, let's see, they're going to find where you live. Sit in your basement, try to make like a hidden den. Yeah, that's what it says. A hidden den. And then when you least suspect it, years from now, come up and murder you in your sleep.
I'm going to call my wife.
That's what it says.
But
I didn't share that with you, okay? I could get in a lot of trouble.
You didn't.
So you can't take any forcible action.
No, not against you.
Okay, good.
No.
Or him. Well, I'm not going to tell you who wrote it. I can't do that.
That would be
a real
beyond the pale.
violation. Right, of course.
But there's another one here that says very sweet man.
Okay. That's 3 days ago, you said?
Yeah.
Not the sweet man one.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one.
But I wouldn't think anything of it. There's one here from what looks like 4 years ago where they're talking about setting your car on fire. Did your car ever get set on fire? I mean, it's nothing to worry about.
Yes.
People... What?
Yeah. Yeah, remember I said I have a lot of car accidents?
Yeah.
Yeah. My car was on fire.
Oh, my God.
I assume that was my fault. My wife certainly thought it was my fault.
Your fiance. I've been calling her your wife, too.
Yeah, it's
a thing.
It's aspirational.
Yeah, I made the mistake once of calling a woman my wife on our first date.
Did you get married?
No.
No.
I didn't even get a second date.
That would have been...
I arguably didn't even get the end of that date.
Oh. She was so offended at the prospect?
No, it was like, she said, like, we were at a table, a waiter came, and I said, take my wife's order first. And then she looked at me, and then the waiter took our orders and then went to the back, and then she's like, I think I forgot my phone in my car. And then I never saw her again.
That's the worst.
Eh.
I gotta say, man, I've been pretty clear. I've been pretty open, I think, forthcoming. I'm a neurotic person. Your revelation that there might be a person hiding in my basement and that somebody may have been serially sabotaging my car. Normally, that's the kind of thing that would make me deeply uncomfortable and probably, excited, aroused not in a sexual congress way, not in like a blue way, like to action, to suspicion,
right?
It aroused my suspicion.
Okay, yeah.
But notably, I'm not feeling that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm feeling.
Wow, that's great.
Well,
good for you.
It feels good.
Don't even have that amulet yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of. You told me you have an amulet that makes you more charming.
Oh yes.
And it doesn't work over
I have
the phone.
like 3 or 4 amulets.
I'm okay with that.
On me at all times.
I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
What I want to say is I'm deeply suspicious at my response to the information that you've, proffered.
You're suspicious at your own response.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to intimate is that I'm suspicious that your amulet, in fact, is chilling me out.
Oh, probably. Well, maybe.
Oh.
I mean, it can't affect... I mean, it only affects you as so far as it affects me. But it could be that I'm saying these things in such a calming manner that it doesn't even faze you.
I'm not even going to...
Do you want me to read some other ones?
I mean, let's see how far I can go.
All right,
there's a man...
see.
One time, I drove to work.
Hey, this one says sexy voice.
Sexy voice?
Says I could talk to him all day. Sexy voice.
Oh.
That's what it says.
I actually get that a lot.
There's another one here where a person is talking about... Let's see. They're talking about hearing you and then, once again, coming to your home. But just watching you through the window. And then they updated this one like a bunch of times because we can come in and update. And it says they did go to your house and they did watch you. And then it says you ate dinner. And then it says you ate a chicken dinner with broccoli. And then there's like another update the next day with what you ate for that meal. Okay.
You don't want to tell me...
Wow, you really ate an entire pizza just by yourself?
Jan wasn't home. I was trying to predict what she...
It says it's a large pizza.
I was trying to predict what she would want for dinner, and...
It wasn't pizza.
It wasn't pizza.
And she wasn't home.
She wasn't home. I went to the grocery store.
Right.
I started choosing what format of corn that I wanted to get, and had a complete meltdown.
Ended up with a large pizza.
Yeah. I don't remember really what happened between the corn meltdown and the pizza,
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
but I think the pizza was satisfying. And I was satisfied enough I didn't notice a man or a woman. I don't want to make an assumption. Speeping me through a window. So, normally I would feel kind of judged.
There's one comment on here that's
It's like
just
literal judgment.
Well, I would say it's judgment. It's observation.
Okay.
I judged you for the pizza.
For the pizza.
It's just
bounced right off of me.
gluttonous. But there's another comment on here that's just it's just like a list of names. A lot of them have your last name, so I'm going to assume those people are in your family. And then there's addresses next to every name
Is that
and dates.
is that a policy that you have
What?
to keep track of like a
No.
no?
Oh no, God no.
That would be that sounds
I don't know how they would even have all the like these we don't have all these people in our system. We don't serve a lot of these counties even.
my family doesn't use tools. I mean,
I see they add these addresses, but a lot of these are out of state. We're a regional business.
well, I'm going to look on the bright
There's
side.
dates here. Some of these dates haven't even happened yet.
So when you send me this air compressor, could you send me the contents of my files?
Oh no. No.
I'm going to
Everything we send out, I'm not personally packing the air compressor.
now I guess that would put you in a spot.
Yeah.
You could like slip it in, but you're not packing it.
The best I could do is print it all off and mail it to you in a separate package, but it wouldn't come with the air compressor, so I don't know what good that would do you. It would come on its own.
It wouldn't be timely.
Precisely.
You know, the pending murder of my family and the stranger in my basement kind of.
Quite a leap.
I think not.
All right, well, agree to disagree.
I have a new lease, and I'm not going to say I'm not worried about it,
Okay.
but I'm not going to sweat it either.
All right. Well, good. Good for you.
I'm going to get married,
Congratulations.
and I would like to extend an invitation
To me?
to you.
Oh, my God. I only go to weddings if I get a formal invitation.
Formal is like a handwritten.
Like in the mail.
I would be happy if you would give me your address.
5542 B.
B.
I have my own house. It's just shared lot.
No judgment.
All right. I just want you to know it's not a duplex or an apartment.
You do well.
It's just it's a split lot. Okay.
That's
Crescent View Road.
okay.
Same town, same zip code.
Same town, same zip code. All right. You should look in the mail.
Oh, I will. I always look in the mail. I check my mail twice a day, even though it only comes once.
That's charming. That's charming. I'm going to send you an invitation. You're going to send me a list of my family members and an air compressor.
Oh, well, there's lots of comments. Because other people comment on those comments. You wanted everything, right?
Yes.
I thought you wanted the whole file.
The whole thing, ideally.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Could you just...
It'll be like 482 pages.
Wow. Could I possibly just come to your office?
No. Like I said, I'm not allowed to show you these things.
You know, if I visited you for lunch.
I don't take my computer to lunch. It's a tower PC. It's not even a laptop.
And that would be, we'll have lunch at your desk.
We don't eat at our desk. It's not allowed.
Ooh.
Yeah, this guy Gary in my office has got a peanut allergy. kids.
You should get him
Can't eat lunch.
You should get him an amulet for that.
An amulet for a peanut allergy?
Yeah.
I don't really want to introduce him to Ryan, but you know what? I really should get going.
But I digress.
All right.
Thank you so much, James.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you for calling. And please keep using our tools.
I will.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of audio-based content. You can see my guest Jeb in the new short-form improv show Buddy System at Third Coast Comedy Club, January 10th at 10 p.m., as well as March 13th at 10 p.m. at Third Coast Comedy Club Buddy System, a new short-form improv show at Third Coast Comedy Club. And you can see me the first Thursday of every month at 9 p.m. in the lab at Third Coast Comedy Club. We got a new time slot, but it's the same great show where we experiment with different forms of long-form improv. We like to make up our own forms and see where they go and let them evolve. It's a great exploration of long-form improv as an art form, and I strongly recommend coming and checking it out. Also, January 5th at 7 p.m., I'm doing a live recording of audio-based content featuring the owners of Third Coast Comedy Club, Scott Field and Luke Watson. I am extremely excited about this show. I really would love it if people came out. Please come out and see the show. January 5th, 7 p.m., Third Coast Comedy Club. As always, you can check out my art at aaron-zvi-felder.com. Send me an email at melvin.uses.email@gmail.com. You can find me on social media as Aaron's V. Felder or Melvin Posts Images on Instagram. You can also find the lab on social media as well as audio-based content. So give us a like, send us a message, come to a show. I'd love to hear from you guys, and so do all my guests. So please reach out. It'd be really awesome to hear from you. All right, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.